If you aren't in a romantic relationship, would you call yourself alone? Well, many people say single equals alone, but one social scientist says being single can actually be your happier ever after. To talk more about it, please welcome to the show Dr. Bella DePaulo.
Yes.
Thank you for inviting me. I love talking about this.
This is really exciting, Dr. DePaulo. It's actually something I've kind of talked off air with my co-host about, is I think there might be a lack of quality partners out there, and a lot of people might go single and they might be happier. In your book, I have it right here. It's called Single at Heart. Maybe you can explain to our audience just what does being single at heart mean?
Right. So people who are single at heart love being single and they want to stay single. And they are happy and flourishing because they're single, not in spite of it. And you mentioned, well, some people might, there aren't good enough people out there for them. No, but the single at heart, it's not negative reasons. And I consider myself single at heart. We are powerfully drawn to single life for positive reasons, for the freedom it offers us, for the possibilities of creating our own life with lots of connections as well as lots of solitude. And when I was introduced as someone who will say that it's just as good for the single at heart to be single as to be coupled, it's better. I am a happier.
She's happy.
She's happy.
You are making a real, you are selling just by her energy.
Yeah. Seriously.
I can tell.
Wow, that's what happens when you don't have 41 years of fighting in the kitchen.
There you go.
When you can just enjoy your life.
I want to know, because you're clearly enthralled with your situation right now. So I want to know, what are the biggest stereotypes and misconceptions of single people?
Oh, well, probably every single stereotype you heard is exactly wrong. So one of them is that what single people want more than anything in the world is to not be single anymore. They want to unsingle themselves. Well, no. The Pew Research Center did this national survey 2 different years, and they asked solo single people, so they're not married and they don't have a romantic partner, if they want a romantic partner. And they found that half of them, at least half of them, don't want a romantic partner, and they don't even want a date.
Wow, our audience is blowing up. Jay Kim saying, I love it. I'm definitely single at heart. So let me ask you this. What should people in relationships stop asking or doing for their single friends?
Wow. Well, first of all, don't ask, why are you single? Or even worse, why are you still single? Oh. That makes it like you have to justify your status. I mean, would you ask a married person, why are you married? Oh dear, why are you still married? If you wouldn't do that to a married person, don't do it to a single person.
Smart.
All right. Well, man, I want whatever you're eating. I know what's going on. How does single life get better as you get older?
Oh, I love this. Now, there are like 3 big national surveys from 3 different countries showing that as single people get older, they get happier and happier with their lives. And that's especially true just when people think single people are becoming, sadder and lonelier, when they, from around age 40, for decades after that, single people are getting happier and happier. And the ones who are especially likely to be getting happier and happier are the ones who are single at heart, who invest in their single lives. They embrace them. And so they are reaping the rewards of taking their single life seriously.
Wow. So for people who are widowed or divorced later in life, how can they embrace the single life again?
Right. So that can be such a painful experience to be widowed or divorced, especially at first. But it also comes with opportunities. You get to find out who you really are. So think of all the things you did in your marriage that maybe you were kind of going along with your spouse, or you didn't think about it too much. Well, now you get to be who you really are and figure out what you really like. And that could be anything from the foods you used to share to the places you used to go or not go. Another thing you can do is be more attentive to your friends or relatives, anyone you want to be with, spend time with. You can do that without worrying that your spouse thinks that more of that time should be for them.
Wow, isn't that the truth? Yeah. Dr. DePaulo, listen, we could have you on for much longer. You are so inspiring. Thank you for joining us today. DBL Nation, you got to pick up a copy of her book, Single at Heart, wherever books are sold. Thank you again. You're reinventing the wheel and giving us a lot of thought.
Something to think about, really.
Our audience is all over this. Our audience loves it.